Transformation in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome in, welcome in. Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing all right. I hope you're having a great day. Ooh, feeling this full moon, aren't we? Full moon in Pisces. Yes. So I have actually started this video several times. It's been interesting, crazy. And I think that that's kind of how the energies are working. It's like, don't stop doing something just because it's frustrating or because lots of things are coming up. It's about really getting down to brass tacks and getting it right, right? That's the Virgo energy. We've got a Piscean full moon coming out in the way that it feels is like, okay, so we had the full moon in Virgo a couple weeks ago, and it was like, imagine your junk drawer or your craft closet or, your old tool shed, take it how it resonates. But if you're in the Midwest or maybe from here, you have a junk drawer, right? The drawer where all the stuff goes. It's like the catch-all. And the Virgo energy, the Piscean full moon or new moon. Geez, oh, Pete, sorry, these cats are really distracting me today. And that's what it is. Like, there's these distractions. Reel it back in, right? The Piscean full moon is encouraging us to go through those things. The Virgo new moon, the previous Virgo new moon, encouraged us to open the drawer and realize that there was a lot of junk in there, a lot of mess that needed to go through. The Piscean full moon is showing us everything. Is shining those lights on those hidden corners, those things within us, those things within our subconscious psyche, right? Those things that are hidden in the real, in the mundane. Take it how it resonates, right? They're all being seen. They're all being looked through, like sifted through. Things are coming to the surface. Watch the news, you'll see it. Things are coming to the surface. Long hidden things. You might find something you were looking for a year ago, right? You might even have tried to replace it, right? A battery for something, a part for something else. Take it how it resonates. And suddenly it will reappear through this filtration process, through this looking through. I'm hearing looky-loo. So there are a lot of, because of this, there's like this feeling of this undercarriage of like, who's paying attention to things when they really should be paying attention to something else, like Chaos Kitten here, who, maybe they're going through somebody else's subconscious stuff. Maybe they're looking through somebody else's hidden things, right? And that's part of the course, is part of the energy. But remember that this is an inside job. This is a personal thing that needs to happen for each and every one of us. It's your junk drawer, right? And then when the 20th comes around and we have that new moon again, now that place, that space, that box, whatever it might be, is reorganized, and we've removed things that we didn't need anymore, and we've found things that we were looking for, or maybe we didn't even realize had been gone. And then the new moon allows us to start over, to plant those new seeds of intention, and this time crystal clear, right? The two new moons in Virgo really give us a chance to look at the undercarriage of self, the undercarriage of the subconscious mind, health issues, things that maybe we need to be taken care of, backlog, backdated, and again, hidden mysteries, hidden things coming to the surface so that they can be straightened out, because then we'll be headed into Libra season, legal season. We'll be headed into the station of balance, 333, Empress energy. So just keep that in mind, all right? That even as strange as things might feel right now, even as kind of like upsetting or surprising, right? Those types of things, it's needed. It's needed. It's called for. It is time, so that we can regain our balance, because the veil is thinning, right? We're getting the equinox, and then Samhain is coming up. Some call it Halloween, and that is when the darkness comes back. And so for us to be able to sit in that winter of darkness, we need to know what is coming with us and what isn't. And those unconscious things, if we do not heal them, if we do not look through them, they're going to rule over us in the darkness. And that's not what spirit is intended for us. That's why the cosmos have been set up this way. All right, thank you, Spirit. Ancestors, spirits, guides. What messages do you have for the collective? Yeah, I'm hearing the High Priestess. What's interesting is I told you guys that I had started doing this reading, and things kept happening, and I had to start over. And the High Priestess popped out while I was shuffling in that case, and look, it's coming out again. You go with that Piscean full moon, right? This hidden things, secrets, seeing things, knowing things, but not necessarily saying things. And it's about going through that process of light and shadow, right? I want to say right and wrong. Maybe for some things it is. And that doesn't necessarily mean good and evil, right? Like you could use the wrong drill bit, use the right drill bit. It doesn't mean there's anything inherently wrong with either of those bits, just that one is for the job you're doing and one isn't, right? So keep that in mind. It's about knowing the secrets. I'm hearing secrets in the sauce. I should watch Fried Green Tomatoes. I saw that was on a preview that I got. So maybe there's some other mysteries or something else that needs to be wiped clean, that needs to be exposed. And again, secrets, right? That those underlying things, though, they could rule the show for us. And it's the high priestess is the ruler of all the twos, the choice of which way to go. Do we follow the healthy way? Do we follow the ego way? Do we follow the toxic way? Do we follow the healing way? It's completely, that's what sixth house is. That's what Virgo is doing to us right now. And it's important. Ancestors, spirits, guides, it's like there's something hidden here. What is it? Ace of Wands in the reverse. I think because sometimes when we get in these points, it's saying it's not a time to move. It's not a time to take action. It's not a time to even maybe get excited about something new. It will be that time. Right now we're in the harvest part of the moon cycle, the full moon, the taking things in, the exposure of things. And it could be that maybe you're not excited about some things as much as you used to be, right? And maybe there's other things that you're getting more and more excited about. Again, you won't know what's in the junk drawer. You won't know what's value or necessary or needed in there until you clean out all the other crap, right? And hearing pencil shavings, what is that about? Look, Queen of Wands in the upright on the bottom, coming out with Three of Wands in the reverse. Oh, Dookie, well. Yeah, I don't want you to. Cats can't drink coffee. I tell her all the time as she tries. So we're no longer waiting. This isn't a like when we're sitting still like this, and it's interesting. She got 3, 2, 1 here. Do you see that? 3, 2, 1. Some things and sometimes when we're sitting still and being patient, we aren't actually being patient because we're waiting for something or we're waiting on something. Sometimes we're being patient with ourselves because we're realigning to new opportunities. We are becoming dislodged and unaligned with things that we're no longer waiting for to come through. And again, this Queen of Wands was coming out in the previous reading too, and she's been coming out a lot lately, which is this return of confidence, this inspiration, this not losing the self while re-examining these things, staying in that space of centeredness. It doesn't matter who you are. Your confidence, confidently going through that drawer, right? And saying, maybe that old direction isn't the direction I need to go. Maybe that old utensil isn't the proper utensil to use anymore. This is about being attractive, being the leader, bringing things to you and having the space for them when they get there. Can we have, what are we going to do about this, Spirit? What are we going to do? The Magician. We're going to do whatever we want, whatever it is that you want to manifest. Look, on the bottom is the unlock the secret mysteries of tarot. And here you are with all the aces in your hand. Interesting too. Like these are another one. Now we have 1, 1, 2, 3, right? Unlocking those mysteries, the flower of life here. And what do you have? Now that you've looked through all your stuff, now you've sorted through all the crap. What do you have that you can use now? What's available to you now? Little things. And again, bringing back that inspiration, losing it for one thing, but being very inspired for something else. Having that availability, right? Master manifestation here. Master manifestation. These are extremely magic cards. The Magician and the High Priestess. Are you kidding me right now? What kind of magic sauce are you cooking up? And keeping it in the upright, right? Good intentions, good intentions. If things were, didn't have good intentions, or were maybe playing you, like if you sit here and wait, I'll be right back. And then they never come back, right? Like a big older sibling might do to their younger sibling, just stay right here and count and I'll be right back. And they just leave them sitting there. You know, and you're like, not anymore, not my life anymore. I'm not waiting on these things that don't bring me joy. I'm not waiting on these things that don't bring me inspiration. I'm not waiting on these things that just have me waiting. That's where you're at. You're like, And maybe keeping it to yourself how much you're actually working on, what's actually going on in the background, because that's between you and spirit right now. And things sometimes, if we want them to manifest, we need to keep them on the down low. We need to keep it so that it isn't just out there for others to mess with. So we're not giving our power away. So we're not exposing something that isn't quite ready to be exposed yet. Right? There's an idea about that. Like interesting too, because the High Priestess's eyes are open, but the Magician's eyes are closed. She's keeping, the High Priestess keeping the secrets to herself, keeping those things quiet and yet observing. And the Magician is looking within for the actions that he takes. She takes in this case, right? But take it how it resonates. So what are we manifesting, Spirit? What are we manifesting? What do we need to know about this? Wow. Virgo. Now we have, we're talking about the Piscean, Virgo axes here. Here they are. Thank you, Spirit. Looking within. And then again, the mercurial line here. This is Virgo, Gemini, and Aries. This is the mercurial thought and the mercurial, it's like the seed and the harvest coming into action. And it's all in the mental realm. Even though you have all of the resources available on all the realms, it's the mental realm that rules it, right? And here we have that. What have you learned? What have you discovered? What have you come across in that space? What have you been shown? What have you learned? What have you learned? And how is that going to help you? And again, this idea of keeping things to yourself, because it's an inside job. This is a very internal thing, even though things are being exposed, even though things are being seen, even though things are coming to light and resources are coming available, you're taking it in and you're saying, how can I use my magic? How can I use my magic to manifest the things that I want to manifest, the healthy things? What is good for me? That's what you're saying right now. What is good for me? And how can I make that grow into these transformative actions? A lot of spirituality here, a lot of introspection. Four of Pentacles, kind of holding on to what it is that you've crafted, holding on to the things of value that you have, right? And I'm hearing not exploiting them. I'm hearing splurge. Not a time to splurge. Not a time to do that. Nope. Don't hold on too tightly. Thank you, Bo. I don't hold on too tightly. Ancestors, spirits, guides, what advice do you have for us? What advice? Okay, don't give up just because if it's not successful the first time, or if you aren't getting a parade for your efforts. Don't look to the outside. Okay, Six of Wands in the reverse. That it's not the time for that quite yet. Again, inside job. Five of Pentacles in the reverse on the bottom. Creating that space where you are creating your own table, setting your own table, right? This talks about being left out in the cold. Well, you're not leaving anybody out in the cold, but you're not really inviting them in so much right now. I mean, I'm not saying be antisocial, but what I'm saying is that this is your manifestation. This is your healing. This is your process. That's your damn junk drawer. Okay. And it's for you to go through, and it ain't nobody else's business what you're doing or how you're figuring it out. All right, because that's an internal space. So if we worry so much about what somebody else is thinking, or we worry so much about how others are perceiving, then that's really going to distort our view of how we feel about how we're feeling, about how we are perceiving what's laid in front of us. 1444. And so that's, again, that encouragement of like going into the internal self. The Hermit has its eyes closed. The Magician has its eyes closed. The High Priestess has her eyes wide open. Okay? And some things are going to be successful and some things are not going to be successful. We don't have to tell everybody about our shortcomings. We don't have to tell everybody about our hardships or about what we're struggling with or how many mistakes we've made. Of course, if you have a confidant, a dear friend, a loving familiar, you know, share with them. But don't expect a parade on the street right now for the things that you're doing. It's not that kind of full moon. It's really not. It's about supportive energies. It's about allowing those spaces to come through so serendipity can occur. And then later on, those things will manifest into the celebrations. But right now, it's like don't look for outside praise, because that's not what this is about. Let's get some clarifiers. Who are we doing the clarifiers with? I feel like getting the after tarot, don't you? Don't you? And it's 5 of Pentacles on the bottom when I open the deck too. See that? So there's definitely a feeling of like moving from one space into another space, or the things that are discarded from the junk drawer, right? And I keep going back to that metaphor, but please take it how it resonates, right? It's just like things that have been sitting there and accumulating for way too long. Maybe not leaving, considering it like leaving them out, but considering like retaking over the space. All right, ancestors, spirits, guys, what is this High Priestess about? What is this High Priestess about? The Lovers in reverse. Wow, guys. The High Priestess is on the bottom there too. The choice to say no sometimes. And again, all these twos. And Geminian energy. So much Mercury. So much Mercury. Oh, and I've got the Kabbalion right here, so maybe we'll read some of the principles right now. I just want to make sure that I'm just putting her like this because, well, it doesn't matter. I just don't want to get I just want YouTube to yell at me, but I don't think they will. But I have noticed that some of the like expansiveness, like how much is available or what can be seen, how much the videos are shown, and the algorithm really does matter on some of the words that I use and the things that I say. And we know that about this platform. Maybe that's something also to consider here is like that there are things that sometimes can't be said. Is this a secret relationship? Is this a secret choice? Is this a secret coupling or something that you're thinking about doing but not sharing with others? And the coupling can be anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be another person. And if it is another person, it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. But it's about keeping some choices to yourself and not really saying anything to anybody about it yet, right? Or at all. This is the really considering, you know, who we're partnering with, who we're spending time with, things that we're saying yes to and things that we're saying no to. Are we keeping to ourselves so much that we aren't being open to the possibilities of sharing with others, sharing with someone else? Again, very mercurial energy. This is the Archangel Michael with his sword of truth. This is air energy. Yeah, there's this emotional component, Piscean. But it's a mental component, Gemini, and the decider, right? And interesting too is like the 2 fishies and the two pillars, the number 2. Which way do you go? And even though the Lovers is the Gemini card, it's number 6, 6th house of the Hermit. This is about re-examining or taking an exam of the powers within. And using them. What is this? Tell us about the Magician. Spirit, tell us about the Magician. 3. Wow. Because more Piscean energy. Heavy duty here. The Moon. The Magician is, and again, mysteries. There's definitely secrets here. There are definitely mysteries. There are definitely things that aren't seen. And we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Death card coming out too with this, again, transformative. Maybe you're saying to yourself, I might not be able to see what's totally up the road, but I know that I have to go up the road. And I know that I'm no longer going to be giving to things that are unsuccessful, right? And so there's a transformation here, Scorpio energy. And what's weird is this is the Four of Pentacles guy holding on too tightly. And here is Death coming to say, you don't hold on so tightly. Do not hold on so tightly. And it's like all this water, emotional water energy. And really, maybe this isn't about the gain. Maybe this isn't about the gain right now. Maybe this is about the clearing out, the transformation, the using the available resources while transversing the mystery, right? The hidden things. And I think that some things are going to come to light. Things are going to be discovered in that space because we have the Hermit here. Ancestors, spirits, guides. Tell us about this Hermit. No. Spirit, tell us about this Hermit, please. Two of Cups in the reverse. Wow, look. Lovers in reverse, the Two of Cups in reverse, the Hermit, the Magician. This isn't about anybody else but you. Doesn't mean that you don't have soulmates. It doesn't mean that you don't have partners. It doesn't mean that you are unloved or that you're incapable of or that you don't want anybody else around you. But in this case, when we're looking through this drawer of self, when we're taking this deep dive, this is a personal inside job, and it isn't about relationships with others in the sense that, what does the other think? How is this gonna? No, this is about really taking a deep dive within the self and learning about the self and the discoveries of what's in there so that we can heal those drawers. Because of what's on the bottom, guys, it's the Ten of Cups. When you love yourself and you clean up that space within, you open up the availability to love everyone else around you. Well, maybe not everyone, right? But to love others. And it's about sitting firm within you and being okay within you so that that love that comes to you and through you is true. It isn't worried about what's coming in next. It isn't motivated by supposed successes or, anticipated parades. It's not about that. They're away from their home. If you look at this card, their home is way far back here, and they're out there in nature, in the night sky, right? Because in the Rider-Waite tarot, it's a rainbow, and they're out during the day. And now, this love is carried through into the darkness of night. It's shown them the beautiful, beautiful starry sky. And they're sitting here with a natural fire around, having a time together, a family time together, a friendship time together, a communal time together, but in the natural space, not inhibited by rooftops. Right? And even in the darkness, it's like sharing wishes. This has this element, this feeling of sharing wishes. You know what? See, here's that house in the background. Here's that Five of Pentacles feeling, like being left out in the cold. No, we're not. We are being left out of anything. We've decided to go outside and enjoy ourselves out there. And I think that's beautiful, 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 taking that moment. And there's this generation, and underneath that, this just popped off underneath, that's the Four of Swords, healing. Taking a rest. And what's also interesting, I'm seeing this ancestral component. Hey! Hi, Jox. Okay. He's telling us something. All right, let's get some clarifiers. Who should, what? Thank you, Spirit. What? Not who. Inside job. Thank you, Spirit. What should our collective be on the lookout for? What is going to be beneficial? What clues might they see that will help them along their journey? Younger man, Turkey. All right, watch out for people who are kind of acting like jerks or not behaving properly. Jug, lighthearted, carefree time. Yeah, don't just have fun if that's what it is. Don't put too many eggs in that basket. Somebody could be behaving irresponsibly, and be aware of that. That could be why you might be separating yourself or deciding to take a internal stance instead of like like a coupling stance or a partnership stance, or yeah, it's definitely beetle, good fortune. Whew, and I'm thinking of the beetles too. So yes, if you see a scarab beetle, or maybe like a little bug might be coming through to bring you luck, to bring you joy, to tell you that good fortune is on its way. Also jam out to some beetles if you need to today. You know what I mean? There might be something in one of their songs, or you might hear one of their songs while something serendipitous is occurring. Keep an eye out for that, because it talks about good fortune. Good fortune is coming to you. Anything else, Spirit, that you want to tell them? And we're gonna get a I think we're gonna get a bit from the, look at Lily, spiritual love. All right, listen, your soulmates, your partners, the people who you know, your person, whoever it might be, just because they're not part of this day's equation in the thing that we're doing doesn't mean that they don't care for you or that they don't love you. They do. But today isn't about that. Today is about the self. All right, the deep dive into the self. What do we have here? Ladder, climbing towards success. And rabbit, too much concern with sexual matters. Again, that's that what can we create kind of energy, not focusing on that, right? This is about climbing up the ladder, because this is very base and this is very crown. All right. So what are you concerned with? Knocking things off the shelf. Ancestors, spirits, guys, we got the Kabbalion here. I'm going to take these out. A good clear shuffle here. Oh, Spirit. Mercury, todos mis. The all being infinite, absolute, eternal, and unchangeable, it must follow that anything finite, changeable, fleeting, and conditioned cannot be the all. And as there is nothing outside of the all in reality, then any and all such finite things must be as nothing in reality. Now do not become befogged or frightened. We are not trying to lead you into the Christian Science field under cover of Hermetic philosophy. There is a reconciliation of this apparently contradictory state of affairs. Be patient. We will reach it in time. We see around us all that is called matter, which forms the physical foundation for all forms. Is the all merely matter? Not at all. Matter cannot manifest life or mind, and as life and mind are manifested in the universe, the all cannot be matter, for nothing rises higher than its own source. Nothing is ever manifested in an effect that is not in the cause. Nothing is evolved as a consequence that is not involved in an antecedent. So everything is because of what every effect has the root of the cause in it, and every cause has the root of the effect in it, and it is all part of the all and how it affects the matter. But the idea is that the finite things aren't part of the all. Everything is infinite. Everything is infinite, and it is your perception. It is that mental space, right? Mercurial mental space. And then modern science informs us that there is really no such thing as matter, and that what we call matter is merely interrupted energy or force. That is, energy or force at a low rate of vibration. And as a recent writer has said, matter has melted into mystery. Even material science has abandoned the theory of matter and now rests in this basis of energy. Is the all mere energy or force? Not energy or force as it materializes in terms, for their energy and force are blind, mechanical things, devoid of life or mind. Life and mind can never evolve from blind energy or force for the same reason given a minute ago. Nothing can rise higher than its source. Nothing is evolved unless it is involved. Nothing manifests unless, in effect, unless it is in the cause. And so the all cannot be merely energy or force. For if it were, then there would be no such thing as life and mind in existence. And we know better than that, for we are alive and using the mind to consider this very question. And so are those who claim that energy and force is everything. Wow, I'm just going to read the last few bits of this because we only have a couple left, and it felt like this. I'm reading the whole page that Spirit gave us. So, when then is, what is there then higher than matter or energy that we know to be existent in the universe? Life and mind. Life and mind in all their varying degrees of unfoldment. Then, you ask, do you mean to tell us that the all is life and mind? Yes and no is our answer. If you mean life and mind as we poor petty mortals know them, then no. We say no. The all is not that. But what kind of life and mind do you mean, you ask? The answer is living mind. As far above that which mortals know by those words, as life and mind are higher than mechanical forces or matter, infinite living mind as compared to finite life and mind. We mean that which is illuminated souls mean they have reverently pronounced the word spirit. The all is infinite living mind illuminated is called spirit. Thank you, Spirit. The all is illuminated, the mind, this mercurial force, the cause and the effect, and all of that, right? The infinite consciousness, the infinite mortality, the infinite life. And that is your spirit. And that's like all over this spread today. Big deal, big deal. Big changes. And how beautiful is that? How beautiful. Oh, I hope that was helpful. I hope that you got something out of it. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for remembering to hit like and subscribe, because it really does help the channel. It helps us connect. It helps more people get the messages. And I really do appreciate it. And thank you so much for coming back and seeing us again next time. Bye.
Transformation in 3, 2, 1.